of talk in Dallas. Do you think the Cowboys should make a push and go get OBJ?
Absolutely. And they should do it right now so he can get acclimated to what it is that they do from an offensive standpoint. When his time comes in mid-December on that strong playoff push to get that #1 seed, he's in the fold. He understands the system. When you look at the other teams, right, you talk about there's no Green Bay. They're not going anywhere. The Rams doesn't seem like they're going anywhere. The Buffalo Bills, you don't know what's happening with Josh Allen. Plus, on top of that, OBJ belongs in big market type places anyway. His personality, and I know he's done it before. He's played in New York. He's made a ton of money. But it's just something about playing for the Dallas Cowboys. And I know it drives Stephen A. crazy. It will drive him absolutely nuts. But that's just what it is. And this Dallas Cowboy team, they need an extra punch. They got rid of Amari Cooper because of the salary. Now you think about it, Amari Cooper, $20 million, that's not going to OBJ. It's going to be a lot less to acquire a player with his magnitude that can do the things in leadership, fun, and do the things he's capable of doing on the field. Think about what happened with the Rams last year. They went out on the offensive side, acquired him. They got Cam Akers back, but him meaning Odell Beckam. When they got him, that offensive passing game changed tremendously. Cooper Kupp was still getting his touches, but it lifted the pressure off of Cooper Kupp. And then when you look at the Super Bowl, he was on his way to becoming the MVP, and unfortunately he wound up getting injured. So if he's healthy and he's ready to go, I think the Dallas Cowboys 100% should go out and sign him. Give him whatever it is that he needs to get it done. Yeah.
I think that Buffalo needs him more. I think that without Tyreek Hill in Kansas City, Patrick Mahomes could utilize him because I don't know how much I can trust the McCole Hardmans, the Juju Smith-Schusters of the world in Kansas City when it really, really gets tight. I'm not saying they can't ball. I'm not saying they can't get it done. I'm just not sure. And I'm one of those guys who believes that Odell Beckam Jr. would have been the MVP of the Super Bowl had he not gotten injured. He was about to put on the show. We saw with the first 2 catches he had, he was about to put on the show in the Super Bowl, in my personal opinion. Having said that, I must confess to you, Keyshawn, you make obviously a very, very compelling case. I can't deny it. I just, that's my man, and I don't want to ruin. I don't want him contaminated. I don't want him scarred by being a part of the Cowboys, and more importantly, I don't want to root against him because that's my man right there. I don't want to do that, but I mean, if Odell Beckham Jr. went to Dallas, I would be sick to my stomach.
But you got to think about it, though.
Damn,
my
brother's there. My brother's there, man.
Think about it this way. You talk about Buffalo needs him more in Kansas City. What is it that Buffalo and Kansas City have in common that Dallas doesn't? The weather, okay? It's cold as hell in those 2 places come playoff time.
I agree.
This man's coming off 2 ACL injuries. And when you have that in that cold weather, that's not a good mix.
And Buffalo's quarterback.
No. You ain't got to tell me. You know how I feel about the cold weather. You know how I feel about the cold weather. I'm almost as bad as you. I'm almost as bad as you with the cold weather. I mean, I get it. I understand. Though.
And he's injured. And I know the Giants are peeking around it too. Do you really want to play in that cold weather when you have 2 ACL injuries? I don't think so.
Well, how did playing in New York work out for you? I mean, let's not rule out the Giants.
Molly, I wasn't coming off of 2 ACL injuries,
I'm just saying.
Though. You got to be hurt.
Okay.
I wasn't
hurt.
I
could also see.
Yeah, New York City
Odell.
is cold.
I could also see Odell going to Dallas. I could also see Odell going to Dallas just because Jerry Jones and them want to spite me. I could see that happening. I could see that happening. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I could see them doing
this
something
isn't an
like
episode
that.
of General Hospital with your
now?
conspiracy
I could see that. I can see that.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.